32 years old and my life sucks. By the year, the economy gets worse and worse. I have to work more, and don't let me get into the women of these times, but that doesn't help. Seems like the women now aren't looking for anything serious. The women now don't want anything to do with a regular guy, and they just want to live their life, and it doesn't involve a man. It seems like this this idea of a family and all of that really seems like it's impossible. And what I see is that even though life can, be hard, I don't know if it really matters. Does anything really matter? Does it really matter that you get married? Does it really matter that you get rich? Does it really matter? And is it worth it anymore? What will be the outcome? Because as soon as someone becomes successful and gets rich and all of that, they have everything they ever wanted. They want more. And a lot of times, even people that have it all are depressed and they feel unfulfilled somehow. And that raises the question of, does it really matter? If I become successful and get a wife and or whatever it may be, will it truly make me happy? And the more we dig into this question, the more thought that you put into it, really whatever happens in the exterior doesn't fix the interior. It can help a little bit, sure. It can mitigate stress to a certain degree, but that's replaced with other stresses. That's replaced with, other problems. No matter where you are in life, stress and problems will always be there. Things happen that we don't want. That is universal with all socioeconomic classes. That's universal with everyone. There's no escaping stress. There's no escaping problems. Nothing. And so does it really matter? Who are we trying to please? Who are we trying to impress? That's the question. Does our happiness and content in life, does it come from other people? Does it come from external factors? Because really anything can happen in this world that's out of our control. So we really have to look at ourselves. We have to look at what's going on inside, because happiness and being content, is something that's internal. We don't find it externally. We don't find it out in this world. We find it within ourselves. And it's up to us to either let external factors that are out of our control, it's up to us to let that control us, let that be the source of our internal state, or it's up to us to control our internal state and know that everything happens, and we could be living in a situation right now, but it will ultimately pass, and it won't matter. Anything externally will pass by. It's not forever. It's a mirage. So we could look at the world in two different ways. We could look at it where we're the victim always, and anything that happens externally that we can't control will affect us. Or we can look at it through the lens of, well, this will ultimately pass and it won't matter. And we can just stay content, stay happy. We can be the masters of ourselves. So it's up to us to realize that these things that control us don't matter. Nothing matters. In 1,000 years, we would be dead. So did it really matter? What really matters? What's always there internally? It is our internal state that we control. And we can control the outcome. Who are we truly? And what really matters? That's the question. So is it that life sucks, or is it that we let our internal state be controlled by external factors that are out of our control? Everything externally doesn't matter. Anything that we do doesn't matter. So we need to stop living in this state of unsatisfaction, because that's a mirage, that's an illusion. We could buy the best car, we could buy the best house, but once we buy it and time passes, we'll get bored and we're on to the next thing. We're on to chasing the next thing. So this is a food for thought. This is, something to think about, because we could have everything. We could have the best girl, but we don't control who she becomes. We can't control who she becomes after a period of time. That girl could leave, could get bored, could say, well, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be with you anymore, or whatever it may be. She could, die. She, anything can happen. That's out of our control. And we will be led down this path of just being pushed around by situations and external factors that we don't control. All we control is our internal state. That's why meditation is so powerful. It lets us go within. It lets us turn our attention from the external, outward attention, to inward attention. Our world within is what really matters, what we could really control. We could be in a situation and let it push us around, or we could just do whatever possible to fix it, but internally we know it's no big deal. So let's not get carried away in this life that sucks, because this is a problem. This is a problem for everyone. I see a lot of people struggling these days, and they struggle with things that don't matter. So I leave you with that, and I'm out. I'll see you in the next video. Look at my channel. If you like what I talk about, consider subscribing. If you found value in what I just said, consider giving it a like. And I'm off. And we'll talk soon. Peace.